What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Azeem USA. I am beyond hyped for today's deep dive, honestly.
Oh, yeah. It's a big one.
It really is. Today, we are tearing into a machine that is violently pushing the boundaries of what we thought mobile gaming and, well, local AI performance could actually do.
Yeah, violently is the right word.
Right. We are finally doing our comprehensive review of the highly anticipated ROG Zephyrus Duo 2026 edition, specifically the GX651. And our mission today is just to tear through this ridiculous spec sheet and see exactly why this is the ultimate dream machine for, hardcore gamers and power-hungry creators alike.
I mean, pulling from all the benchmark sheets your team at Azeem USA put together, plus the Intel white papers, it's staggering.
Staggering is putting it lightly.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, the anticipation of finally getting to review this laptop, it felt exactly like that feeling of unboxing a next-gen console on launch day. Like you're actually holding the future in your hands.
It really does feel like a generational leap, yeah. Not just a spec bump.
Exactly. So let's start right at the heart of this beast.
Yeah.
Because you cannot talk about a flagship machine without looking at the brains running the whole operation.
Right, the Intel Core Ultra 9.
Yes, the Intel Core Ultra 9 processor 386H. Which is just a monster. We're talking 16 cores, 16 threads, and a 4.9 gigahertz boost clock.
Yeah, 4.9 on the boost, which is incredible for a mobile chip.
But the clock speeds aren't even the craziest part here. The thing that jumped out to me is the cutting-edge Intel NPU, the neural processing unit.
Oh, absolutely. The NPU is the real game changer here.
It's pushing up to 50 TOPS, so 50 trillions of operations per second, specifically for localized AI tasks. This officially makes it a true Copilot Plus PC.
And that 50 TOPS number is crucial.
It is. The way I like to think about it, right, is like this CPU setup is an elite kitchen. So the 16 cores, those are your executive chefs. They're handling the heavy AAA gaming workloads with massive rendering.
Like the main line.
Exactly. And the NPU is your dedicated sous chef, perfectly handling all the background AI prep work. Blurring your webcam, running local generative tasks, so the main line never gets bogged down.
That's a really good analogy, actually, because running those AI tasks locally with that 50 TOPS of performance means you have zero latency.
Zero. None.
Yeah, you aren't waiting for a cloud server in another state to process your prompt and send it back. Plus, you don't need a constant internet connection, and your battery life doesn't tank because the NPU is purpose-built to sip power while doing this heavy math.
Which is huge because, frankly, we need to save all the power we can for the graphics.
Oh, yeah. The graphics draw is massive.
Seriously. Now that we know the brain is basically Einstein level, let's talk about the sheer muscle required to push next-gen graphics to the absolute limit.
The RTX 5090.
Yes. The NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 laptop GPU. And get this, it boasts 24 gigabytes of incredibly fast GDDR7 memory on a laptop.
It's almost hard to wrap your head around 24 gigs of GDDR7 in a portable chassis.
It's insane. And it operates at a 150-watt max TGP. Now, I should mention, for those who maybe don't need the absolute ceiling of performance, there is an RTX 5070 Ti 12 gigabyte variant available too.
Which is still a powerhouse in its own right.
Oh, for sure. But sticking with the 5090, it's got DLSS 4 4th-gen ray tracing cores and up to 1824 AI TOPS for extreme neural rendering.
The neural rendering is wild, but managing 150 watts of heat in a chassis that thin?
I know. People are probably wondering how it doesn't melt a hole through the desk.
Exactly.
Well, ROG is utilizing a custom vapor chamber paired with liquid metal on the die and this really cool graphite nano-insulated film to keep the whole thing from thermal throttling.
That graphite film is actually brilliant because it disperses the heat laterally so the secondary screen sitting right above it doesn't get cooked.
Right, but let me ask you this, because this is something I've been wondering. With 24 gigs of GDDR7 on a laptop, are we officially reaching a point where mobile GPUs are making desktop rigs obsolete for the average hardcore gamer?
I mean, we are getting incredibly close, especially when you factor in things like NVIDIA Reflex 2 with frame warp.
Oh man, frame warp is so cool.
It's not just about making the game look pretty with DLSS 4. Frame warp actually alters the AI-generated frame at the last possible microsecond based on your mouse movement.
So it basically cuts out the traditional latency you'd get from frame generation.
Exactly. It gives competitive gamers a tangible mechanical advantage. Your target acquisition is just fundamentally faster than someone playing on older hardware.
That is just unfair in the best way possible. But okay, all of that RTX 5090 muscle is totally useless if the screen can't actually keep up with those frames.
Oh, yeah. A bottleneck at the display ruins the whole experience.
So let's talk about the canvas where these frames are painted. The ROG Nebula HDR display.
It's gorgeous.
It really is. It's a 16-inch 3K OLED touchscreen, 2880 by 1800 resolution with a 16-point FIC aspect ratio.
The colors on it are just
Unbelievable. And for gaming, it's got a buttery smooth 120 Hz refresh rate, a blazing fast 0.2 millisecond response time, and G-Sync. So tearing is just a thing of the past.
right. The 0.2 millisecond response time on an OLED means no ghosting. Fast movement is just crystal clear.
But the real kicker is the dual screen aspect.
Yeah.
The ScreenPad Plus. It instantly doubles your screen real estate to over 21 inches total.
Which completely changes how you use a laptop.
It really does. It's literally like having a full multi-monitor streamer battle station magically folded up and stuffed into a 16-inch laptop sleeve.
Yeah, you can have your game on the top screen and then OBS, Discord, and your chat running natively on the bottom screen.
No more alt-tabbing and getting killed because you were checking a message.
Exactly. But, you know, for creators, the concern is always OLED burn-in, especially with static timelines open all day on those screens.
Right. That's always the fear with OLED. How does Asus handle that?
Well, the panel is professional-grade Pantone validated 100% DCI-P3 color coverage. But crucially, they use the ROG OLED care mechanism, specifically the pixel shift technology.
Oh, right, where it moves the image slightly.
Yeah, it imperceptibly shifts the pixels at regular intervals. Your eyes can't even see it happening, but it actively protects against burn-in. It makes it a really safe investment for professionals.
And it's huge for video editors.
Yeah.
Okay, so to feed those dual 3K screens and that massive GPU, the system obviously needs massive data highways, right? Zero bottlenecks.
Yeah. The memory subsystem has to be flawless.
And it is. We were looking at a massive 64 gigabytes of incredibly fast LPDDR5X onboard memory running at 8533 megahertz.
Which is just blistering fast.
Blistering. Paired with a 2 terabyte PCIe 5.0 NVMe M.2 performance SSD. And I love this little detail. They added a magnetic door on the bottom for quick toolless SSD access.
Oh, the magnetic door is such a good quality of life feature.
It really is. Now, on the connectivity front, it's totally future-proofed. It's rocking Wi-Fi 7 with a metal cavity antenna for long-distance range.
Right, because an aluminum chassis usually kills Wi-Fi signals, so they use the chassis itself to amplify it.
Genius engineering.
Yeah.
And it's got dual Thunderbolt 4 ports supporting up to 40 gigabits per second and 100 watts of power delivery.
So you can dock it to basically anything.
Exactly. But, okay, I have to push back on one thing. The keyboard.
Ah, yeah. The keyboard is polarizing.
Because it's an ultra-thin 5.1 millimeter wireless detachable one-zone RGB keyboard with a dedicated Copilot key, which is cool, but wait, a fully detachable wireless keyboard on a competitive gaming laptop. Doesn't that risk massive input lag?
It sounds like a terrible idea on paper. Totally agree.
Right, like wireless interference in a Twitch shooter is a nightmare.
But you have to look at the necessity of the design. Because the second screen takes up the entire upper deck, the keyboard had to be modular.
Okay, fair. But what about the lag?
They bypass standard Bluetooth entirely for gaming. It uses a proprietary connection with a 140 Hz report rate.
Wow, 140 hertz.
Yeah, it's actively polling the system 140 times a second. So the experience is completely lag-free. And despite being only 5.1 millimeters thin, it still has a 1.7 millimeter travel distance.
Okay, 1.7 millimeters is actually really solid. It won't feel like typing on an iPad screen.
Exactly. It's a premium feel. And the best part, it automatically charges the moment you dock it back onto the deck in standard laptop mode.
Okay, you've convinced me. The engineers definitely thought this through.
They really left nothing to chance.
They didn't. Now, speaking of leaving nothing to chance, guys, I want to step back for a second and just directly address you, the Azeem USA community.
The ones making this all possible.
Exactly. Deep dives like this, testing this cutting-edge hardware, it takes a ton of resources. So if you are loving this breakdown, please consider utilizing the channel support features right here on Azeem USA.
It really helps out a lot.
It makes a massive difference. Dropping a super chat during our premieres, leaving a super thanks on the video replay, or unlocking exclusive behind-the-scenes perks through our channel memberships. We appreciate every single bit of it.
And honestly, if this machine fits your workflow, it's worth checking out.
100%. So here is the deal. If you are sitting there ready to upgrade your setup with this incredible machine, make sure to use the Buy Now link located right down in the description below. It directly supports the channel and gets you the ultimate 2026 powerhouse.
It's hard to find anything else that competes with it right now.
So just to summarize for everyone, the ROG Zephyrus Duo GX6 FEV1 It basically stands completely alone as a top-tier choice for 2026.
Definitely.
It successfully marries elite desktop class power, the Ultra 9, the RTX 5090, with this totally unmatched dual-screen utility, all in a portable form factor.
But thinking about all this dual screen utility, I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder.
Oh, let's hear it.
We talk about using the second screen for OBS and Discord, but as hardware like the Zephyrus Duo makes local AI and dual screen mobile setups way more mainstream,
Right.
how long will it be before game developers start natively coding game mechanics specifically to utilize that second screen right out of the box?
Oh, man.
Like, imagine a massive RPG where your entire inventory management and dynamic map live permanently on the bottom screen.
Leaving the top 3K OLED completely free of UI elements, just pure immersion.
Exactly. The hardware's here. We're just waiting for the games to catch up.
That is such a wild concept, and I honestly think we're going to see it within the next couple of years. But guys, that is going to do it for our review today. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to Azeem USA, and smash that notification bell so you never miss one of our deep dives. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will catch you in the next one.